Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ask Deadly, the weekly show where you guys leave me some questions and I do my best to answer them in under 10 minutes. So let's get started. Deadly, I haven't played DayZ in 5 months until now and a lot has changed. What towns are dangerous and do you see people ambushing most often or camping? Also, where can I find people to play with? Lol. Alright, let's start off talking about some dangerous towns. Gorka, Storoi, Novi Stari are by far the most dangerous towns in the game at the current moment, so if you're looking for PvP, that's where I would recommend that you go. And you see people ambushing more often than camping. Honestly, man, a lot of people are nomads, traveling around those towns and then just running into players and trying to kill them. That's essentially how PvP goes. I actually don't run into a whole lot of campers, but people will be rotating or sitting in one particular village, and I don't necessarily classify that as camping. Also, where can you find people to play with? That could be difficult, but what I would recommend you do is find a private Hive server that is a TeamSpeak, and whenever you're playing DayZ, jump in TeamSpeak and see if there's anybody looking for squads. You might be able to make some friends. And another way of doing it is actually running into people in-game and being friendly with them, especially as a Bambi. That's a really good way of meeting people in DayZ. If you could fix just one problem with DayZ, what would it be? If there was one thing that I would change in DayZ's current state, it's actually the stamina and inertia system. Now that I've been playing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and Escape from Tarkov, it is so evidently clear that DayZ needs to implement its stamina or inertia system soon. The PvP and the combat that you get in both of those games, in my opinion, is just at a whole nother level in terms of fluidity. However, the adrenaline rush and the intensity of DayZ's PvP is still king, but they could be a lot better when they add that inertia system. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, essentially removing the ability to run at 21 kilometers per hour and also limiting the amount that you can run full sprint, and limiting the amount that you can actually serpentine by adding a weight system, making that if you did try to serpentine, you would essentially become an easier target and be put down rather quickly. It will reward players that actually use stealth and precise firing rather than somebody who's running around with a shotgun. Hey Deadly, what's your tips at getting better at PvP? I always watch your videos to learn some tactics, but I always get one tapped from nowhere. Shall I play on private hives more or only on first person? Thanks for your answer. Keep up the amazing work. Well, if you've been watching my stream lately, then you would know that I've been getting one tapped out of nowhere too. It happens to all of us, man. So I would recommend just don't get discouraged. Keep on trying to make the plays in the current state of the game. It can be difficult and you'll see some improvements in your gameplay. I know it can be extremely discouraging whenever you do get killed and get set back a couple of hours or even days of playtime, but that's how you get better with any video game out there. It's just repetition and learning from your mistakes. Every single time that you die, you'll even see me do this during the broadcast. I think about what could I have done differently in order to survive. Sometimes I'm running around like a maniac looking for death, just being an absolute idiot doing outrageous things, and that gets me killed a lot because I need that in this state of the game. I need to be doing goofy and outrageous strategies and tactics. So maybe some of my videos recently might not be 100% educational, but practice makes perfect. So keep on playing, keep on trying, and hopefully in the future of DayZ's development, when some of the bugs get fixed, your life will become a lot easier. A serious question. Do you drink your whiskey with rocks, without a drop of water, and what is your favorite everyday whiskey? Well, I'm not a daily drinker. I don't have whiskey every single day. In fact, I haven't been drinking whiskey a lot lately, but I'm going to be drinking it more if I'm going to be going out or having a couple drinks with friends, because I'm actually starting up a keto diet again. For those that know what I'm talking about, if you don't know, just Google it. And it's probably some of the only alcohol I can really consume during this diet. So I'm going to be back on the whiskey. When I'm out at a bar, whiskey on the rocks. If I'm out of the bar and I'm behind, meaning my friends are feeling a lot better than I am, double whiskey on the rocks. And because I'm Canadian, usually Canada Club is on house. It's what they typically serve, so I usually just go for that. Also, Gibson's Finest is really good. Glenfiddich is really good. But yeah, man, being in Canada is actually a privilege if you enjoy whiskey, because we got some really good ones up here at reasonable prices, especially Canada Club. I mean, that's probably my favorite if I just want to get some whiskey. Bam, Canada Club. Always good. So that's probably, I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but that's my answer to your question. Do you wish other servers had as many wipes as Blue Waffle because it makes cars easier to find and use despite lag issues? Wiping the persistency on a daily basis does have significant performance boosts. You're going to have less combat desync, the server's going to perform better, you're going to be able to find better loot, a better high quality of loot like M4s, FALs, SVDs, you're going to be seeing those being used on a more frequent basis. The big one right now is actually something that I don't think a lot of people know about, but you nailed it on the head. Vehicles actually work fine whenever they spawn in. The issue with vehicles in the game currently is whenever you take a vehicle, you drive it to a place, and then the server resets. That's it. The vehicle is basically useless. You cannot drive it anymore, or if you do drive it, you're going to get a horrible rubber banding problem, which is going to give you a headache, or it may not even work. It may not even drive very quickly. So you're kind of put back to square one. So one solution, one temporary solution to the problem, I don't know if the devs are watching, but they're probably not. I should post this on the forums, really, I should. Is just to make the vehicles wipe every restart. And I know that fucking sucks, especially if you're on servers with 2-hour restarts. But if you're on a server like DayZ Underground with 6-hour restarts, that's more than reasonable. The chances of you crashing the vehicle before 6 hours is pretty high, or getting killed, or you get to enjoy the vehicle at least. You can use them rather than them just being empty shells scattered around the environment, never being able to get used because they're broken. I think DayZ Underground server group should commit to a monthly persistency wipe until the performance gets a lot better and once vehicles start functioning correctly. Hey, you're my favorite YouTuber, love your content, but can you please start notifying us when you're streaming, like outlining a video on YouTube when you're not streaming in the morning? I stream every single day starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and Sundays at noon. If I miss a day, if I'm taking any time off, I usually let you guys know on Snapchat or Twitter. So follow me on Twitter at DeadlySlob, or just follow the Twitch channel and you'll be notified. So for a lot of you guys that work in the morning and, you know, go to school and stuff like that, and you don't have access to Twitch, it'd be very difficult to watch my live streams. Every single one of my streams, though, is actually recorded and saved on my Twitch channel. So if you wanted to go back and watch certain bits, or if you want to go watch clips, then you can do so there. Unedited content, if you just want to go and watch some more of my DayZ, like long, uncut DayZ sections, you can just go watch my streams every single day. That's essentially what they are. 5 hours of DayZ gameplay to watch every single day of the week if you wanted to. So I can include some links in the description box below to take you to my VODs and everything like that. But that's probably the best way to stay notified. Also, I upload some of the best clips from the streams here on the YouTube channel. It's kind of what the YouTube channel is for. Yeah, I do a few creative projects here and there, but for the most part, they're the best parts that happen in the broadcast, edited and uploaded here for you guys to watch for those that may miss the broadcast. Do you still play Arma 2 DayZ, or is it just Arma 3 and standalone? Well, I really only play DayZ standalone and occasionally Arma 3 if I'm just kind of playing some hostile takeover King of the Hill in the evenings, or if I'm just kind of, I don't know, testing out a new mod, but primarily just DayZ. I haven't played Arma 2 yet this year, I don't think, and I probably won't. Hey Deadly, is PvP fails coming back, or are you too good at the moment? No, it will be back, and maybe I might make an episode this week. I think it's been a long time since I've uploaded a PvP fails video, and there's been a lot of deaths lately. Not necessarily fails, but just shitty deaths. So, expect that in the next week or two, my man. Have you ever considered trying a different game genre, such as a tactical shooter with a large team versus team like Squad or Ragged Orchestra or something like that? I actually already have Squad videos uploaded to this channel from about a year and a half ago. I haven't played Squad in a very long time, but it is probably one of the best milsim shooters out there to date. It's a really great game, but those types of games, I'm not too sure how entertaining they are to watch unless I've been targeting that niche for a very long time. And I don't have a squad of people that I play with on a regular basis that is into that sort of thing. So I think those types of games would be easier if you had a coordinated group that were all willing to be on live stream or at least on YouTube, and we're just trying to have some fun. So it's those types of games are fun to record every now and again, but not as fun as DayZ because of all the random stuff that can happen, if you know what I mean. So I like the survival shooter genre. I think between PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, Escape from Tarkov, and DayZ, I feel like I finally have enough content to upload some level of variety here, and I'm really excited about that in the future for the channel and the stream. Do you think DayZ will later become compatible with Shadowplay again? I know you used that for some time in your videos on 0.59, so I would like to know if you would want it to work again and would use it again. Yes, I've been waiting for Shadowplay to become compatible with DayZ again for a very long time, and because of it, I've been forced to upload in 720p 60 frames per second. Every now and again I can get some 1080p content out there, but primarily any highlight from the broadcast has to be at 720, which I know a lot of you guys don't necessarily like. So games like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and Escape from Tarkov, if I don't have my webcam on the screen, I can upload that in 1080p. But DayZ I still can't. So I would love that for the Infusion engine to become compatible with your Gamma. It's the only game that I know of that isn't, and I don't really see why. It doesn't make much sense. I guess it's just the way the engine works with Windows. Alright guys, that's about it for this week's episode of Ask Deadly. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to ask some questions for next week, please do so in the comment section below. And for this week, I'll be reading the first comments written first, and hopefully trying to get you guys into next week's episode, because I know there's a lot of early birds and there's a lot of people in my notification squad coming in and dropping a comment immediately whenever I upload a video. So this one's going to be for you guys. So be sure to be thoughtful, ask some good questions, and I'll try my best to ensure that everybody who comments first will get into next week's video.